Isang maganda, maaliwalas at maalinsangang Huwebes sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay April 29, 2021. Masarap magpunta sa beach. Napakainit kasi ng panahon at maalinsangan. Pero di tayo makapunta dahil sa COVID. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro, nag-aanyaya sa isa na namang edisyon ng The Stock Market Today. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007 at ginagawa ko po itong report araw-araw which I started last August nung nakaraang taon, and I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like content, niimbitahan ko po kayo na mag-subscribe sa aking channel, and if you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. Ang news po natin ay tungkol sa Aboitiz Equity Ventures kasama ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE. Ngayong araw, April 29, 2021, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Umpisa na po natin ang ating news item from the business world. Aboitiz Group's net income more than triples. Aboitiz Equity Ventures Inc. or AEV on Wednesday reported a consolidated net income of 7.6 billion pesos, jumping 276% year-on-year in what is called solid proof of moving ahead despite the pandemic. Our initiatives on innovation and digitalization propelled the organization's business continuity at the onset of the pandemic, as we are prepared and committed to see our business through with the same growth pathways and trajectory. AEB President Chief Executive Officer Sabin M. Aboitiz said in a disclosure to the exchange, "If one-off losses were not accounted for, the company's core net income would have been 7.8 billion. AEB said it recognized non-recurring losses, which declined by 16% to 219 million from the 262 million incurred in the first 3 months of 2020. The consolidated EBITDA, or earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, totaled 18 billion for the quarter, improving by 53% from 11.8 billion. The first quarter of 2021 is solid proof that the Aboitiz Group is already making headway in its recovery and growth plans for the year," Mr. Aboitiz said. The Aboitiz Power Corporation made up for 58% of total income contributions of the company's strategic business units. AEB Power segment accounted for 4.8 billion, twice more than its 1.6 billion share in the first quarter of the previous year. Now, may I share with you the commentary of BDO Nomura on that news? Ang sabi ni BDO Nomura, stripping out liquidation and insurance claims at its energy business, AEB net income met our expectations for the period. Ito siguro yung one-off items, one-time expenses. We have kept our valuation for the conglomerate unchanged along with our forecast, but have upgraded our recommendation to a buy following the stock's 25% year-to-date sell-down versus the Philippine Composite Index 9.4%. Given current valuations, we believe the market is underappreciating the core earnings recovery manifested in the first quarter 2020 and expectations that AEB will end the year with a strong EPS growth of 30% year-on-year. So by recommendation si BDO Nomura based on fundamentals, and the target price of BDO Nomura for AEB is 47 pesos or an upside of 33%. So that's our news for Aboitiz Equity Ventures. Let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange index. And today, the index gained 18.37 points to end at 6487.51. It is a short green candlestick, which is just touching the 20-day exponential moving average. And it's still holding its support level here at 63.58. Yun pa rin ang support level niya, but it's touching the EMA 20, which means that if we see another green candlestick tomorrow higher than the price today, then we may say that the stock may have recovered and on its way up. In the meantime, yung resistance level niya ay nandito sa 66.55, nearest resistance ni PSEI. Ngayon, yung market summary, let's take a look at the market summary of the PSE. 107 companies advanced, 92 declined, while 45 remained unchanged. The all-share index also is up by 0.26%. All the financial sectors are in the green except for the holding companies, which went down at 0.24%. The gainers was led by mining at 2.73%. As for the most active stocks, we have a request from, the request came from Jeffrey Abalos. He's requesting me to review ABA, LRW, and PHES. So we will prioritize that. And then we will also review the next most active, which is Ali, ACEN, SM, BDO, MEG, AC, and RRHI. So let's start with ABA. Okay, ABA had a short red candlestick and lost 4 centavos to end at 112. But as I can see from our indicators, it is just moving sideways with support at our 20-day exponential moving average. That's 1.15, ano? 1.10 to 1.15 ang kanyang support. Resistance niya is 130, 129 to 130. The RSI of 47, it would indicate a sideways movement. And from the pattern of our indicators, the EMA 20 and the EMA 50 are piercing through the candlesticks. Yung ating support is not EMA 20, it's EMA 50 at 1.11, 1.10 to 1.11. So after ABA, ang next stock natin would be LRW. LRW ended with a red candlestick losing 6 centavos to end at 93. Pero yung orange line, yung EMA 20, has just crossed over our candlesticks, which would indicate possibly a bearish movement on the price. Kasi it has been moving downwards for the past few days, more of the red candlestick than of the green. Pero nagkaroon ng nagkaroon dito last February, nagkaroon ng breakout, and sa kanyang pullback, mukhang nako-consolidate pa rin siya hanggang ngayon, with the price possibly moving sideways to bearish. Yung RSI is 47. Well, sideways to bearish po ang kanyang movement. With the nearest support, let's place it at EMA 50 at 1.8 would be our nearest support. And then PHES, okay, Philippine Corporation. It had a breakout no March 31 and continued on April 1. So it has been on a downward trend after that breakout. And I drew a channel here which would indicate a downward trend. And let's place the support at the EMA 50 at 0.57 centavos. It's 50 to 57 centavos yung next support level. Ngayon, if it continues to move downwards, Yung next support level ni PHES states, I place it at EMA 100. Yan, sa 50 centavos would be the nearest support if the stock continues to move downwards. Pero mataas pa rin ang RSI, no? Above 50 pa rin siya at 53. So obserbahan lang natin to si PHES kung saan pupunta. But that is now presently my take since merong consistent downward trend since the beginning of April. Yan, April 6 siya nag-start eh. So obserbahan lang po natin si PHES. And then Ali. Ali had a green candlestick today, gaining 15 centavos, but it's a short green candlestick. And it's still below our 20, 50, and 100-day exponential moving average, which means that it has still a bearish momentum or a bearish sign or movement on the price. Obserbahan lang po natin to si Ali. Support is here at 32. Resistance is here. Nandito siya malapit sa 35.50 to 35.70 or 35.60 to 35.80 ang nearest support. And then after Ali, ACEN. Okay, ACEN continues to move sideways. It ended with a red candlestick. The price is now between the 100-day exponential and the 50-day and 20-day exponential. And I would say that it is sideways to bearish. The RSI is a bearish number at 37. And then SM. Okay, SM had a red candlestick today from an engulfing green yesterday. So nag-profit taking siya today. In general, it is moving sideways. In general, the stock is moving sideways with support at 949 to 950, and resistance would be here at 1,000 to 1,001. Yan po ang take ko sa SM, moving sideways. And then after ACEN, SM. Or after SM, BDO. BDO moving up to, tama. It gained 10 centavos. Successive green candlestick, although it opened lower at 104.50, it gained 250 to end at, or 150 to end at 106. So, nakikita kong resistance niya nandito sa 106 eh. Pero kung ma-break niya yan, yung next resistance level would be here at 111 until 115, ano? Yan po ang nearest resistance ni BDO. And it has been moving sideways for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Pero maganda ang financials ni BDO. First quarter earnings, net income is 10.41 billion. So that's good news for BDO, up 18.89% from the previous year, quarter of last year. So after BDO, MEG. Okay, MEG continues to be bearish, with support at 312. And the next support level, if the support level doesn't hold, would be at 3 pesos. Now, when I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, but these are areas. Mega World lost 1 centavo today to end at 314, and sentiment is bearish. The RSI is also bearish at 34. After MEG, Ayala Corporation. Okay, Ayala Corporation ended with a dragonfly doji, short red candlestick, and it opened higher but it closed lower. In general, it's moving sideways as our indicators are piercing through the candlestick. RSI is somewhat higher than 50, which is sideways to bullish, I would say. Pero from the pattern of our exponential moving averages, the movement in general is sideways. And then finally, our last stock is RRHI. RRHI, mataas to kanina. Oops, it ended flat. 51.90. Meron siyang dividends. Isang 83 centavos, isang 1 peso. I think one of them is the regular, another is the special. Ex-dividend date is May 17, payment date is June 10. Kung May 17 kayo bumili, hindi na kayo kasama sa dividendo. So, kailangan before May 17 kayo bumili para makakuha kayo ng 1 peso and 83 centavos per share. In the meantime, the sentiment on RRHI is still bearish since our indicators, the 20, 50, and 100-day exponential moving averages, are above our candlesticks. And our RSI is bearish at 38.43. So that's my take for RRHI. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market, April 29, 2021. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, isang araw na lang matatapos na ang buwan. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Hanggang sa muli, pagpalain nawa kayo ng Diyos. Bye for now.